Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Andi Muhammad Yusuf and I'm coming from Palopo City, South Sulawesi. Today, I'm gonna tell about an interesting product. Do you know what product is that? Yeah, it's a controller, or some people know it as a stick. The product is like this. Let's introduce this product. Sony. Yeah, it's the name of the company which produces this product for playing a game. This company was founded on 7 May in 1946. Does Sony just produce a stick for playing a game? Of course, no. Sony produces professional electronic equipment, telecommunication equipment, semiconductors, electronic components, computer hardware, battery, chemistry, video games, Blu-ray, film, TV shows, and the last one is music. But I just tell one of Sony's products. It's the stick, which is special for controlling the game. Yes, like this. How to use the product? Before I show it, I'm gonna explain a little of stick's history. The stick has several kinds. It's depending on the times. The first one was this. Sony launched the first controller or stick in 1994 in Japan. The design of Sony's first stick was similar to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES. The first generation had a handle that extended on the right and left to hold the hand, already carrying the directional buttons or D-pad, and various action buttons in the form of triangles, rounds, crosses, and squares that would become synonymous with the PlayStation console. The designer of the first generation is Keiyu Goto. He says that there was a meaning behind the shapes of the buttons on the PS console or the stick, where he explained that if the round and the cross shapes represented the yes and no options, the paper-like rectangular shape was interpreted as a menu, while the triangle button is analogous to the viewpoint button. Sony has also presented the L1, R2, L2 and R2 buttons on the top side. And then, the second one was this. Sony launched the next generation again in 1997. Sony returned their latest best console or stick, which was named the Dual Analog Controller. Although in terms of design, it tends to be similar to the new design. Sony added two analog joysticks specifically designed to play Match Warrior 2, Ace Combat 2, and Colony War games. This joystick can be activated by pressing the analog button in the middle, which is equipped with a red indicator light. Then, the third one was like this. To develop a new PlayStation stick, Sony doesn't want to take long. Still, in the same year as the launch of the dual analog controller, this Japanese manufacturer also launched the latest console, the Dualshock. The shape is very similar to the dual analog controller, but inside, there is a pair of motors that will vibrate the stick according to the action you are doing in the game. In addition, the joystick part is also different from the dual analog control, because the Dualshock surface is not concave. The material is made of textured rubber. Years later, this one Sony PS console was known as the Pioneer controller that would be used on the PlayStation 2 and beyond. The next one was like this. Sony also launched the PlayStation 2 or PS2 in 2000. Along with the launch of the PlayStation 2, the Dualshock 2 was launched, which is an upgrade from its predecessor. Even though the designs are very similar, Sony embeds some differences. For example, the Dualshock 2 connector is square, and the analog button is now more sensitive to pressure. Then, Sony also presented other colors for its controllers or for the stick, such as satin silver, ceramic white, slate gray, and ocean blue. Interestingly, the Dualshock 2 is one of Sony's best-selling controllers to date. If you buy a Dualshock 2, don't worry, because with the additional accessories, the stick can be used on the PlayStation 3. And the next one was like this. 6SC is a controller that was launched on the PlayStation 3 in 2006. The PS3 controller or stick price was quite expensive at the time, but it didn't discourage buyers around the world. The stick is Sony's first wireless stick, but unfortunately, 6S's existence was not too long. 6S's and then by Dualshock 3, which was released for the first time at the annual Tokyo Game Show in 2007. With Dualshock 3 in reigns, 6S's production stopped in 2008. Finally, it was made Dualshock 3 become the official stick. The appearance of the Dualshock 3 and 6S's are indeed similar, but the Dualshock 3 has been acquired with the brand new features. One of them is a new vibrator machine, so that it has a more real vibration to the player, even though it directly affects the Dualshock's heavier weight than the 6S's. The next one was like this. Ending the PlayStation 3's heyday, Sony then launched a new console called PlayStation 4. Along with this console, Sony also launched the controller that created the Dualshock 4. The Dualshock 4 is Sony's first controller to undergo a significant redesign. Because compared to previous Sony, Dualshock 4 has a size that is wider than before. Not only that, Sony has also replaced the select and the start buttons into share and option buttons, which are more relevant to the era of social media. In the middle of the two buttons is a large touchpad. It doesn't stop there. The Dualshock 4 already supports motion detection and a light bar light that can light up a variety of different colors. The existence of the share button makes it easy for us as a gamer who wants to record game activity and share it on platforms such as YouTube. Dualshock 4 also has a similar wireless remote control system on the Dualshock 3. Then, the newest is like this. The beginning of 2020 is a new history for Sony, because it launched the PlayStation 5 controller, which is named DualSense. The design of the new stick is already interesting, because it has a futuristic impression and looks slimmer. Another difference is that usually Sony's PS sticks come in black, but DualSense looks different with a black and white two-tone blend. Another advantage of this newest stick is coming with a built-in microphone, which keeps players from bothering to use a headset to chat with other gamers. The light bar light that was located above the controller on the Dualshock 4 was moved around the touchpad so that it seemed more elegant. These are the kinds of sticks, and now I'm gonna show how to use the product, but I just saw the stick which is in 2006 because I have no money to buy the next products. How to use this product? We are able to look at over here. If we play the football game or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas game, we are able to click the start button if we are gonna pause the game. If we wanna go to make the character move, we are able to use the analog. And if we are playing the football game, we are able to click the L1 button to make our character running fast. Then actually the function of the stick is depending on the game, because the function of the buttons are depending on the game. If we are playing the other game, the function of the buttons is different. How much is the price of product? For the first generation, the price was around 30,000. For the next generation, the price was around 100,000. Then, the stick that I have was around 150,000. And the next generation, the price was around 380,000. And for the newest, the price is around 800 until 1 million. If you wanna buy it, you are able to get it on online application shop, or you are able to get it at the electronic store, which sells the equipment of game. If we are talking about the components, special for my stick, it's made from plastic, and there are a lot of rubber as the analog protector and this, but I couldn't make sure that all of sticks are made from plastic, because I ever looked at there were some sticks which had been modified in the electronic market. Probably it was made from iron, I don't know. The value of this product. It can be using for a long time, but we have to make sure that our stick is made by Sony. Although the price is quite expensive for the newest stick, but it's okay, because we are able to get the free original stick if we buy the PlayStation. I'm able to make sure that the original product is better than the fake product, and a lot of people know that. And I recommend to you to buy the controller or the stick which is made by Sony. Special for this opinion, this brand is the best than other brands. You are able to imagine it. When you are getting bored and you wanna play a game, suddenly your controller or your stick is getting broken. Oh my god. It's like when you are falling in love to someone, but he or she doesn't care about you. It's totally hard. So, let's buy the controller or stick from Sony, because it's able to be using for a long time, like this. Thanks.